So my name is Heidi Pena-Ortiz. I am a senior psychology major in the Leavenworth Local Scholars Program. I'm the president and founder of the Latino Student Association. I'm the vice president of Females of Culture United for Success. I'm also the student representative for the Diversity Committee. I sit on the Racial Justice Alliance, and I'm also a student worker at the Office of Alumni Relations. So I'm Dominican. I was born in Brooklyn. Around the time that I was 3 months old, I was sent with my older brother to the Dominican Republic to live with my grandmother. We came back around the time that I was 7, and by that time we were living in Bed-Stuy still, but we moved more closer towards Cypress Hills. We were in Brooklyn for a while, and then eventually we ended up in Queens. I have 2 older siblings. They're awesome. My older sister was always my mom. She's about 8 years older than me. Cynthia, from a very early age, assumed that position while our parents were working. She would always be the one who was taking care of the household, taking care of Jose and I. I didn't know Cynthia up until the time that I was 6 years old, because by the time that I had moved to the Dominican Republic at 3 months, she was already in the United States because my parents wanted her to get that formal education early on. My brother is 2 years older than me. He's my best friend. He's my rock. He's actually an Adelphi alum. One of the many reasons why I came here was because of all of the wonderful things that he told me about Adelphi. When I came back to actually be steadily here, it was learning English again. And I remember it was odd because not all of the students knew how to speak to me. So I actually did get ESL help, which impacted me for a lifetime. I remember that experience very well, and it actually influenced and inspired some of the research that I'm doing now. I was very involved in high school. I was senior class president, editor-in-chief of the school newspaper, on softball team, on cheerleading. I've always been a very involved person, because I feel like if you're not actively involved and engaged in bettering your community, you're doing a disservice to your community and also to yourself, because if your community grows and thrives, then you do too. It started off very early on with, first it was Females of Culture United for Success. I became involved in their executive board. It was an awesome experience to do as a freshman. But also it was just seeing things happen on campus that you just can't keep your, and around the nation too. There was a lot happening since I was a freshman that you can't turn your cheek to. You can't turn the blind eye. When you see injustice happen around you and you stay silent, you are contributing to that injustice. I wholeheartedly believe that. So I started LSA, and the involvement with the community that I do a lot of work with local high schools. I do work with the Peace Program. I do a lot of other initiatives, but that all stems from the idea of continuing that service to the community. I would hope that when I leave Adelphi, I'm transitioning enough young people to do the work that I've done and more, so much more. I want people that come in to flip everything on its head and grow a tree, and on that tree you put a bird's nest and allow families of birds to live in it. I'm taking this metaphor way out of proportion, but I want to see tremendous growth. And I think that if I did my job right and I transitioned everyone the right way, I really don't think I need to do much to keep the fire and to keep the growth that students have, because I've noticed so much with the younger students coming in that there's so much fire, and they've seen people do it. They've seen me for 4 years push through and establish things that I never thought that we'd get established. Like this very room that we're sitting in, the home place. This wasn't a thing last year. And today I'm sitting here doing an interview in this place that is actually makes students feel like they're safe and home. Students of color, students of the LGBTQ community, and veterans make them feel like they're home. You know, like I never thought that would be a thing, and here we are after, you know, putting in our effort, rallying the troops, so to say. We're here. And I want students to continue these we're here moments. It's amazing that we actually have this small community. And you never realize how much things like this mean until you're reflecting on it your senior year. And it's a wonderful thing, but I want to keep seeing, getting back to that original question, I want to keep seeing growth. And I hope that that fire doesn't die down in the students to come, the leaders to come, because I mean, if we were able to get this far, I know that they will go so much more further.